Hi everybody, welcome to No Story is Sacred. If you've never listened before, basically we're four siblings who grew up talking about the art of storytelling. Now that we're adults, we're still talking about it and we're inviting you to join the conversation. I'm Alex, and I'm ready for the deadliest game of Showcase Showdown.
I'm Kat, and I'm a semi-barbaric princess.
I'm Brendan, and is there a door number 3?
I'm Pippin, and I'm the tiger.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah, girl.
Okay, so with all these references to doors and tigers and all that.
Barbarianism.
Barbarism.
Oh yeah, that's how it's pronounced.
What are we talking about today, Al?
Glad you asked. Today we're talking about the short story The Lady or the Tiger by Frank R. Stockton. If you want specific content warnings about what things we may talk about, check out the show notes on nostorysacred.com. The summary for The Lady or the Tiger is that a barbaric king has set up a trial by choice. The accused person stands in a coliseum and chooses between two doors. Behind one is a tiger that will kill them, and behind the other a woman who will marry them. The next person to make a choice is the princess's lover.
Ooh. The short story is literally like 4 pages long.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, that one paragraph basically just summarizes the entire story.
That is the story.
Yeah.
There's a lot of description about like, oh, this king is an asshole.
His daughter, just like him.
So hot-blooded.
And
Yes.
that's what makes her passionate.
Yes. Oh.
Just to give away the entire ending, is that he has to choose between the door, and the princess indicates which door he should choose, and we are left to decide, did she send him to the lady or the tiger?
Well, and the lady is notably not her. That's part of the issue.
Yeah.
Okay, before we get a little bit into it, though, do you guys know why... I think I was the one who really pushed for this one. Do you know why I pushed for this one?
Yes, because you explained it to us. But explain it to the audience.
Well, I think it's because I believe every single high schooler in existence from time immemorial has had to read this story because I guess it's
Short.
Short.
Yeah.
it's short and poses a question to talk about at the end.
Which is a bullshit reason for having high school students read, or even middle school students. I mean, I'm a big believer in the fact that you do actually have to have some level of experience in life in order to get certain things. Yeah. So I think reading Great Expectations in high school is a stupid fucking thing to do. Great Expectations is only hilarious when you hit college.
I hoped for more.
And Lady or the Tiger, I think that you have to have a certain knowledge of the way, frankly, 1882 language works.
Yeah.
I am of the opinion that a lot of classic literature should actually not be taught in high school.
Damn straight.
Oh.
Unless you're like taking electives or maybe like 1 or 2. Mm-hmm. But the way it's all pushed on students, and if we're going to study English and literature and stuff like that, just do YA novels.
Yeah.
They're more engaging. And anything you can do with classic lit, you should be able to do with modern lit. I mean...
But that's not the canon.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the classic way of doing it.
One of the arguments is that, well, this is tried and true tested. YA isn't. Yeah, shut up.
Well, but here's the thing, it's bullshit.
Oh yeah, no, but another argument is that, frankly, you have a fucking captive audience. They're not going anywhere, and theoretically this is all stuff that we should know. And to be fair, we have all reached adulthood knowing the story, The Lady or the Tiger, or knowing of the story, The Lady or the Tiger. Whether or not we knew it and understood it is a totally different matter. But
Fun fact.
Yeah.
I was talking with one of my coworkers, who used to be a high school librarian, up until 3 years ago. And she had no clue what I was talking about when I said The Lady or the Tiger.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know what they did instead, but she...
Maybe they did YA.
Dodged a bullet.
Maybe.
Well, because here's my thing, is teaching these... I find some of the classics boring myself, but I think the most important thing we should be teaching, like a young reader, is the passion for reading in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's by having good fun, engaging works. By doing this kind of stuff that's either predictable or unsatisfying even as far as the ending of this book is concerned, because frankly, it's kind of like a J.J. Abrams mystery box-ish ending, and I hate that paradigm.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Also, if you have them read the stuff they like, then you can also challenge them to think critically about what the things they like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thinking critically about the classics, you'll just find it online, and you know, oh, that's what it actually meant.
You'll find a podcast talking about it.
What?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm actually underestimating, teenagers by a vast margin in here. But the answers are already going to be online. That's the point of, actually thinking critically about the work that they're presented.
True. I'd love to just read an essay written by a high school student about, like, the pros and cons of Divergent and why it was popular and stuff like that. And then they can make a podcast episode about it.
Here's the thing. The Lady or the Tiger, I'm going to say it, having just reread it, and I'm not going to say exactly when I just reread it, having just reread it, I quite like it. Because it's a style of prose that in my adulthood I have come to enjoy. I actually kind of like the question. It does lead you to think about it. It gives you a question. That's one of the nice things about short stories, is that you're left thinking about it longer afterwards.
I was okay with it until we got the few paragraphs at the end going, well, let's think about.
Which one would she do?
Because it asks, he goes and opens the door and, which comes out, the lady or the tiger? And then several paragraphs of, well, let's think about what the princess was thinking when she, pointed him towards the door. And I was like, oh, I could have done that on my own, but thank you.
See, I was really into that, so.
No. Hard pass
you and I
for
are
me.
different people.
I know, but I'm a big fan of the author as character. So, yeah, I'm like, tell me keep talking, man.
Also, it provides more context for what the princess is thinking.
I would have appreciated more subtle. All those questions, great, probably what was going through her head, but maybe put that up earlier in the story.
I don't know, I think that would have lost some dramatic whatever, because we are given to understand in the beginning that the boy here, who was the princess's lover,
and below her station, which is why this was bad.
Yeah. Has complete trust in that she will tell him something. We don't know what the trust is, by the way. That she's going to tell him something. She just knows to trust her. She, meanwhile, is grappling with,
conflicted.
Do I want him to live happily ever after, but with some bitch I hate? Or do I want to see him torn apart to raveling shreds? I'm not sure raveling's a real word, but here we are.
Tiny, tiny shreds. Ugh.
And we're given the context after she's made that decision.
Yeah.
If we as a reader, we are thinking, of course she's going to let him live. Mm-hmm. Then it's like, are you certain about that?
Are you sure? Because I like that. I like that thing where we're following along. We're in the position of the lover, where we're like, okay, obviously she's going to let him live. And then the author's like, but wait, this princess might also be a dick. So...
Very much her father's daughter. It's entirely possible also that he would have trusted her to choose the tiger, because it's possible that he didn't want to live without her.
So, but the princess doesn't know that.
No, which is why it's all kinds of fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and really, this is why you conspire beforehand and go, like, I live, and then I run away, you run away, it was a vast riches, and we live happily ever after raising goats or something.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if she had all the power and influence to figure out which was behind which door, because it's supposed to be impossible to know that. Mm-hmm. Though I question the whole thing, because I feel like that is a system rife with the ability to misuse.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
People are easily bribed, and someone had to get that tiger over there. And the woman's there, people talk anyway. But she has the power and influence to know what's behind which door. Surely she'd have the power and influence to also go talk to him.
Here's the thing.
Wherever he's being held.
I think the author established really early on that's a bullshit system all the way around.
Oh yeah, and she's a bullshit princess.
Even if you choose the good door, if, you're supposed to immediately marry whoever's behind it. You've never met this person. You may already be married.
Yeah.
It was firmly established, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's part of what's going on, is that he literally says, a hilarious wedding. Regardless of whether you are innocent or guilty, it's a bullshit system. I mean, so yeah, of course it's got all this stuff, opportunity to be ruined, because that's part of the hilarity.
And not to mention, it's probably not like a picnic for the tiger or the lady on the other side either. I mean, did anybody really agree to this? Nope. I mean, the tiger probably just wanted to go chill in the jungle, so...
Yeah, I was just wondering if the lady behind the door was ever given a choice, or if she was just sort of...
Nope.
I think they say in it that she's picked.
Yeah.
Yeah, from his court.
From whoever's of the correct station.
Yeah.
I imagine people of the upper class get more of a choice than those of the lower class.
You think?
Probably.
Yeah.
Just imagine, like, the selection process is like, okay, so you're either going to get married today or watch a grisly murder happen. So, hey.
We also find out during the course of the story that that's something that the people love. It's bread and circuses. It's,
It could be one of those things where it's the people, air quote, love.
Yeah. They all attend.
Because anybody who speaks against it probably gets thrown into the pit.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Very good point.
And everything the king says must be true, must be fact.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
I think the lady gets survivor's guilt.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
And did anyone ever ask if the tiger was a lady?
Yeah, good point.
I think that's a very high school question, though. I
lady and the tiger.
I think I literally remember somebody in my class, it may have been me, saying, but they're both ladies and tigers. What?
Whoa, that's deep, man.
Oh, yeah, whatever happens when the lady comes out and then stabs the guy.
Ooh. Twist.
Well, save that for your story change out.
Oh, shit.
King, what do we do with this? Call it even?
I don't know. I actually really like this story, but I like it much more as an adult now that I can think about it beyond the terms of, but which door did he open? Yeah.
Whoa. As you can see, the door choice is immaterial to the overall discussion of the story.
Whoa.
In this essay, I will.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the doors of the mind.
And thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yes.
But yeah, like, this is like a story that I think, since it was made, inspired extra trope usage and other works of fiction that I'm drawing a blank as far as which ones those would be.
We were just talking about J.J. Abrams. I mean, the thing about this story is that, and part of what makes it a classic, is that it's the first time anybody did this shit. Which is impressive. Yeah. I mean, that's cool.
Mm.
And part of the reason why we're all tired of it is because it's entered our canon as, like, woohoo. Like, a lot of horror stories end with the, which was it? Was it real? Was it not? Yeah.
Yeah. And, I believe, Mom doesn't like Inception because she believes its ending is a lady or a tiger.
I actually am super fond of both, or, it could be both, it should be both, it could be either, etc. and so forth.
So, I don't think there's really much else to talk about the story itself, right? I mean...
Again, only 4 pages.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, in the time that we talked just now, anybody listening could have just listened to the audio recording of it, which I'm sure exists somewhere online. Maybe one of us will do a recording of it just for funsies.
For Patreon.
For the Patreon listeners.
Yes. So let's talk about our usual shtick here. What kind of things would we maybe change or do with this particular story? I can start us off here, just get the ball rolling.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna make this longer by what I had my head here was the princess gives her signal to the guy down below. He nods back. And then, remember how we talked about how the princess clearly had connections? Mm-hmm. He opens the door, and that's when the revolution starts. Armed revolutionaries come out from the door and depose the evil king.
It's the semi-barbaric king.
Semi-barbaric.
He's only barbaric on the weekends.
Yeah.
He's barbaric on his mom's side.
But just imagine that scene playing out, like, she nods, like, yep, we got it. He has, like, that palpable sense of relief, and, I mean, cause this princess, it's established that she's barbaric like her father, maybe she has ambition.
Yep.
And hey, what's better than being a princess?
Queen.
Being the queen.
Aw, yeah.
And that's when the revolution happens, and I'm just imagining like a javelin being thrown right at the king there, and boom, chaos ensues. So it might not even be that much longer.
An added paragraph.
Yes.
But then you take away all those end paragraphs explaining the lady's thought process, or the princess's thought process.
It becomes shorter.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, and I just wanted the violence happening, because, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Violence.
People getting mauled by tigers isn't enough. I want to have revolution.
Revolution!
So what do you guys think about that one?
I like it. Although, there's a part of me that wants to make it even, like, to Lady and Tiger it right back up again with the, her thinking, I could do a revolution, but do I need to have my lover with me? So he thinks that there's going to be the revolutionaries behind the door, but she's like, but also Tiger.
I can always find another young man.
Oh, so this is still a tiger, or like armed guards and a tiger?
The tiger is the revolution.
Well, she could use his death as a means of knocking down the system.
Ooh.
Part of this story, it is well acknowledged that, no, he's totally guilty. Like, yep, he was sleeping with the queen, with the princess.
And part of why the system is bullshit is that they went to do the trial anyway, even though we know.
Exactly. And so she could make an argument. She could be like, yes, I had to watch my poor lover die, and, this was blah, blah, blah. This is a sham, and meanwhile, make me queen.
Oh man, because then we could add an extra paragraph or two in the middle where she meets with her lover in secret. And it's like, it's cool. I'll signal which door to use. Armed revolutionaries can be behind there. And then it's just a frickin' tiger. And that's when she does the revolution herself and deposes the king.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, he dies horribly and probably has that look of pure betrayal on his face. But, we don't even know that much about
Frankly,
him.
he got his silly ass caught, didn't
True.
Yeah.
he? Like, not that bright. I mean, granted, she was, also got caught, but she's a princess. Really, it just highlights the errors with the system.
It's not that dating above your station should be illegal and all that. It's just sometimes in barbaric king land, a bad idea. Like, one night stand, sure, whatever.
Don't bring feelings into this.
Oh my god, I can hear her saying that. And then he went on and did, and what if she was the one who, ratted him out?
Ooh.
Oh. So, her own handmaiden was the one who, discovered.
Quote unquote.
She's like, at 10 o'clock tonight, I'm going to need my bottle of wine or something silly like that.
Yep.
But you usually do that at 6. It's like, well, it's a special occasion.
Just make sure you go past this window. Just say, no reason.
And bring your sketchbook with you. I was about to say bring a camera, but that doesn't exist in this time period.
And the halls are dangerous at night. Bring along a guard.
Oh yes.
Bring along several guards.
Oh man.
If you happen to see anybody in this window, we'll be holding up a copy of today's newspaper.
Honey, why do you have a newspaper? That's weird.
I like to keep up with the times.
But we're semi-barbaric. We don't have circular notices.
We just invented it today. It's all the rage.
Wow. We also invented paper.
I know, right? This is going to be a landmark day in history.
Yep, for only this reason.
Lots of things happening today.
Say, what's your opinion on tigers?
Oh, I love them. I'm a tiger tamer myself.
Oh.
Note to self.
So that's me.
Yeah, I like it. Revolutionary. Princess. Still gets dark.
Oh yeah, of course. All right, who's next?
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm thinking make it a Shakespearean farce.
How so?
Well, there are already tigers. There's already lovers and hijinks.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
We now have the the final scene where it's either a wedding or a funeral.
Yeah.
Like, so we just need 2.5 acts before that.
It does have a very Much Ado About Nothing vibe.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We can have the meeting between, the lady and, the accused. You know? Like, of her being plainly in love with him and him being not even knowing her name.
Aw.
Womp womp.
As only a Shakespearean idiot can.
That's a good term, Shakespearean idiot.
There are so many.
Might as well call him Claudia.
Yeah.
So how does a Shakespearean farce take on The Lady or the Tiger end?
It ends with a wedding. That's how you can tell it's a comedy.
Yeah. Or it can turn into a tragedy. Again, with Shakespeare, a lot of them can go either way until like the last minute.
Oh, that's why if it ends with a wedding, that's how you knew it was a comedy the whole time.
Yeah.
Even though his tragedies were the funniest ones.
Like her doing the like whole entire monologue or soliloquy or whatever it's called. Like she has made her decision. She will send him to the tiger. And then we can switch to a scene when a group of free fools like end up mixing up the doors.
Oi, Frank, which door? Hang on.
Which door did the tiger go behind? It's supposed to go behind door number. I can't. Can you read this?
Wait a second. I thought it goes behind the door with the chalice.
No. It goes behind the door with the cherub. The cherub.
The cherub, the chalice.
This is all very Gravediggers vibe.
Yeah, it's the clowns.
Yeah.
Shakespeare loved his clowns.
Yep.
But back then, his clowns weren't creepy and stupid.
Yeah.
I could see that playing out. That'd be kind of a funny scene.
Oh, yeah. So we have the clowns, but what about the fool?
The fool is...
The king.
No.
Ooh.
Oh, no, the king is... No, the king is foolish. But
he's not the fool.
I think if you add a grand vizier or something like that, he could be the fool. Or give him a fucking fool. I mean, he's a king.
Yeah.
Kings have fools.
Oh, yeah, true. Like making everybody sides about, yes, how very cultured of you to have people will die in blood and dismay.
Yes, hilarious.
Hilarious.
Oh, we could put them to the axe instead, fool. No, this is good.
But Mary, sir. Throw in here some iambic pentameter.
Yeah. So, how evil is the princess, as in Shakespearean in terms?
On the farce,
I mean-
I think she's evil. But then we have this mix-up, kind of constantly having mix-ups happen.
I'm not sure Shakespeare had...
He doesn't really do evil.
Well,
per
dating
se.
Macbeth.
Well, no. She was ambitious.
Yeah.
Yes, I know, so evil's not a good descriptor.
The antagonist.
No, she's not an antagonist either.
I know she could be an antagonist. You know who she could be? Let's go back to Much Ado About Nothing. Which one was the villain? The brother. The half-brother.
Don John.
Yeah. So, he's about as, randomly evil as Shakespeare gets. Which is basically, I'm super depressed, so I want to fuck up everyone else's life. Why? 'Cause I'm depressed.
Well, if we want evil for no reason from Shakespeare, then you go Iago from Othello, who's literally in the character description at the front as Iago, a villain.
He was overcome by jealousy, though. That's a good point.
I'm kind of picturing kind of similar to Don John, where she's just, frustrated with the state of things and just fucking with people.
I do like the fucking with people vibe.
Well, cause, imagine you're the princess in this, regime here. She probably doesn't have a lot of actual, I wouldn't say agency, that's probably the wrong word, but politically speaking, she probably can't do too much, but hey, she can mess with this one dude's life. Yay!
Or you can just have her be Beatrix taken up a notch. Because you remember Beatrix is I will, if I were a man speech.
Yeah. I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
God damn.
Yeah, so...
Beatrice is the fucking best.
Yeah, so make her like that, but a bit more, what am I looking here for? Something.
Evil?
Yeah.
In Beatrice's defense, when she said that, she was really upset.
She was very upset.
Yeah.
That's the most upset she gets in the entire fucking play.
Have her be like Beatrix during that moment, but kinda, sorta all the time.
Damn.
Wow, that's depressing.
I think with this, rendition, then the lady, in this case has to be a bit more of a character.
Oh, yeah.
So we are rooting for her and this poor doomed young gentleman to get married at the end and have a good time. Like maybe they were like neighbors growing up or something like that. Something cutesy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, apparently they'd talked before.
Yeah, they did. That was explicitly mentioned in the original source material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those
They
two.
talked. They looked at one another with eyes.
Therefore, he has to die.
So yeah,
Okay, so
that's the
that's Al.
yeah.
Who's next?
Okay, so can I go?
Go
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I briefly thought about making everybody gay, because that's fun. But then I thought, that's Pip's warehouse. On this show, it's Pip's wheelhouse. In real life, who knows? But I thought, you know what would be a lot of fun is sort of expanding the story and switching up its genre a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So, the story is basically what we've seen so far, albeit in, my language as opposed to 1882. He picks what is theoretically the correct door, the one where he lives. He picks the door where the lady is. He opens the door. The lady is murdered. Yep.
Whoa.
Dun, dun,
Yep.
dun.
She's dead. Now, the issue is, first of all, this is turning the whole thing on its head.
Yeah.
Guy, I'm going to say that the guy here is main character now. He's a doofus because he got caught, but he's the main character because he is the only one, because he's been locked up, he is the only one who could have not murdered this girl. Everybody else, and we're talking the princess, because she had that jealousy thing, the king, because he's, I don't know, fucking around because, life is funny. Guards, anybody. She could have killed herself. We don't know. We're gonna have a situation where, first there's some, wildness or what have you, with everyone going, ah, and then he gets bundled back off to jail. Then he's gonna have to try to piece together what happened, by talking to people and, by being let out of his jail cell temporarily.
Well, here's the thing. By the rules of that arena court, he's innocent, right?
Yep. But he can't marry a corpse, and somebody's done a crime.
Well, yeah.
But you make a good point. So he does get let go.
Yeah.
Ooh, does he have to marry the corpse? Ooh,
No,
that's hilarious.
this is a comedy that is just like, yay! It's like, what the hell's going on?
Very weird weekend at Bernie's.
Yes.
I mean, I could see the king doing that weirdly. And then you could make that you could add like a pile of pathos to that. But I actually, you know me, you guys. I suddenly want to write this. I'm very into mysteries. But I like the idea that he is the only person who could not possibly have killed her.
Yeah.
Though would that stop the establishment from pinning the blame on him anyway?
Exactly. Well, that's one of the things that's why he has an impetus to try to solve this. Maybe the princess comes up to him and he's like, oh, hey, we can be together. She's like, yeah, not so fast. Because, they're looking on pinning on, maybe this is another sign of chance saying that you're the bad guy. And he's like, whoa, what? I thought you liked me. She's like, nah.
I'm not sure about that particular, trying the pin blame on him thing, because again, he is like literally the only person in the entire kingdom with a perfect alibi.
Yes, I love that.
In jail is hard to do. So then he kind of has this vibe of being the almost like the detective character who shows up into this town, a small country town with a murder that's taking place and now has to go investigate because he wasn't there the night of the murder. So now gets to go and gather clues. And I think that's where the fun of that story is. The suspicion on him thing that could add tension for himself. But I think the tension towards the main character is whatever party actually did it is basically threatening his life. I think that's where the tension is for the main character, rather than like a air of suspicion.
He might also be wanting to solve this crime, not to find exactly who did it, but to make sure of who didn't.
Oh yeah, like
so for
the
instance,
princess.
He's in love with this princess. I'm going to say he's in love with this princess, but he's not sure if she's the one who killed this girl. Can he love somebody who killed this girl? I mean, that's kind of, whoo, like, hey there, sweetie, that's a little rough. So maybe his goal is to just, knock people out of the running for who did it.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
In your headcanon, so far as you're describing this, do you imagine that the princess did it?
It's a little hard to tell, honestly, because I want to in my imagining, I want to add in a lot more things, like, for instance, the girl's family, love interests on her part, who may exist. Maybe there's that political thing pulling in your stuff. I think that if the princess did do it, it's not for the obvious reasons.
Well, here's why I ask, because I think it's a perfect mid-story, I wouldn't say inversion, but twist, something like that, where halfway through the story, the stakes are raised when all the evidence so far points to her. And even the main character is doubting that kind of stuff, but that's where, like, maybe she gets thrown in the jail or something like that. And then we have this time element where she's going to have to face this, tiger court. But if he can, make it in
This is
time.
a kangaroo tiger court.
Yes.
In semi-barbaric law, there are two equal powers. The ladies or the tigers.
These are their stories. But no, that, you see what I'm talking about here, where that's the
I do. I like that.
Act 2 twist.
Well, also, and it does, again, it provides him a time crunch, which is necessary. Because this isn't his job. So he doesn't have that for a thing. I mean, he would have to be motivated either by, solving crime and justice, or, he has to have this other thing going on.
He's gonna have to suddenly stop being an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, he's growing up.
Oh, see, he has a character arc, what? The only downside to his character is it does require fridging a woman in the first scene.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a problem with any murder mystery, though. Somebody's gonna die, in the first scene.
Yeah.
And by the conventions of this story, it's gotta be a girl. But that's a fucking bummer. Not sure how to solve that.
Let's just kill all men.
Excellent. Thanks, princess.
Here's another question.
Yeah.
Is the tiger also dead?
Okay, I would love if that was a mystery point. Like, nobody knows what happened to the tiger, and he's trying to, like, that's like a thread that he keeps trying to pull. I would love that.
The tiger is missing.
Oh.
Yes! The tiger's fucking missing. That'd be awesome.
Was a tiger the murder weapon?
Death by tiger.
I mean, it's already implied in the story that someone's gonna get mauled by a tiger.
True.
Somebody's gonna get mauled. But I love when there's a thread that nobody can quite, like, you don't see how it's important, but it's a loose end. It's like, shit, where the fuck is the tiger? Don't know why it's important yet, but I would really like to pin that down.
Sometime in Act 3, there's a chase involving a tiger.
Well, the thought at the beginning is, once everything happened, the tiger was just sort of taken away to wherever it goes. But then no one's ever able to find it after, and no one's really clear whether it was behind the door in the first place.
Exactly. Also, I always love, bringing out, pre-industrial, forensic stuff. Cause forensic stuff now is really fun, but it's like DNA, everything. But if you start getting into, pre-industrial or just at the start of the industrial period, level of forensic work, so fun.
Like that
Love
John
doing
Mulaney sketch.
Which one?
Oh, that's exactly what he talks about.
Does he? Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Pool of the killer's blood.
You could just rob banks. You dressed up for it.
Let's ignore all this blood and instead follow my hunch.
It's pool of the killer's blood. Ew, gross.
Gross.
Where is this from?
New in town. I feel like the only solution here is after we're done recording, we should all just go and watch all 3 Mulaney specials.
Yeah.
I think that's a wise move.
And thus concludes our John Mulaney segment. An important part of every podcast.
I kind of just want to throw in John Mulaney quotes into any future mystery I write. Just have that be like the secret Easter egg in any mystery. Go get it!
Anyway.
Okay, guys. Okay.
Alright.
Pip.
Game face, guys. Game face.
So that's me. I'm super into this, actually, because I'm really into mysteries now. Pip, you go.
So I've been thinking this whole time, right?
Just
Dangerous.
I know, right? And I've been thinking that under this system of justice, there's a sort of implication that women can't commit crime.
Oh.
Because, you know, it only mentions men being thrown in there. And you get married, potentially to the lady. And there was a bit of language that implied that only the men can marry the ladies. Though we all know that, no, ladies can marry ladies.
Of course.
But this universe seems to maybe think, not so much.
It's a very progressive barbaric kingdom. Come on.
Right? So what I'm thinking is instead of a dude, it's a lady.
Nice. I fucking knew it.
Listen. All that time ago, I said that with every story, I was gonna queer it up.
Legit.
Fair.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've been falling down on my duty recently.
Not to steal your thunder, Pip. I'm just imagining, you know, kind of get to the conclusion scene, and she's like, "I picked myself." It's like, shit.
The Lady and the Tiger. Am I not a lady?
Mic drop. But anyway, on to your actual story thing, and then you're just like, "Oh, that was it."
Listen, I have a long and glorious tradition of having one single thought and being done. I refuse to extrapolate. But no. So either, the princess gets caught with a, not even low-born, but lower-born lady. And either, it's not a crime. Cause how could it be? Two ladies? What? That's not even possible. You can't commit a crime that's not possible.
So true.
Or she gets, thrown into the thing, and what? Do they change it to a dude behind the door? Or is it still a lady and she could potentially marry another lady? Does she just say, hey, I'm a lady, I pick myself? Also, what if no one picked the third door that's the one they came out of?
Oh, good call. You have to pick a door. Didn't say which one, motherfuckers.
And even if they don't let them through, what are they gonna do? Make you pick one of the doors? Hunger strike. You can all just sit here and watch me die. In the less fun way.
And the really boring, drawn-out way. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go home.
We were promised a murder.
Yeah, no, we're all stuck here, motherfuckers.
Alternatively, is she behind the door?
What?
The one of the two doors.
Then who's the person outside?
Who knows? Some rando.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean she's making time with the princess, and then they're like, by the way, oops, you are actually perfect for this upcoming crime. And she's like, whoa, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then if she marries a dude, she's still free to, make out with ladies. Still not a crime.
Wait. You could do the perfect solution to everything. Polyamory.
Woohoo!
Why have a love triangle when you can have a love triangle?
You can have a love boat.
Every time these days I see, like, a love triangle or whatever, or rivalries, in media, I'm like, what the solution to this is? Polyamory.
Right?
As long as everyone's fully informed and consenting, go for it. Not informing everyone makes you a cheater. Informing everyone makes it fun.
But here's the real question, Pip. So how does this plot work with the transitive property of evil magic?
Why, that's a very random question, Kat. Why did you ask that?
Well, I think that it's something that's very important for the show, and also because Ashley, our transcriber, says that you've been weaseling out of it, Pip.
So, this morning, I'm texting Ashley. I don't even remember what we were talking about at this point. I know it involved me mistyping or autocorrect ruining my life. I said Lord of the Things instead of Lord of the Rings. and she called me out on it instead of just letting typos lie.
Let's sleeping typos lie.
Yeah. She was all like, Lord of the Things, huh? And I'm like, yeah, at least this one particular, Lord of some Rings. She's like, at least this one particular ring. I'm like, yeah, this one particular ring, and the ring, it has the meaning of these other rings, so by the transitive property of evil magic, he is the Lord of the Rings. And she, being the person she is, wanted me to explain what the transitive property of evil magic is. And I was like, no, I need to go make coffee, I can't do this. And she was all like a likely story. And in my defense, I was making coffee. But no, so transitive property of evil magic. You know, the transitive property of like math, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want you to know that I put math in air quotes just there. I believe, I'm no mathematician, but I believe the transitive property is if A is equal to B and B is equal to C, then A is equal to C.
Correct.
Yes! Yeah. I was very worried that I was wrong about that. So the transitive property of evil magic is very similar in most respects. If you cast an evil spell on one thing, and that evil spell affects another thing, then you have effectively cast an evil spell on that third thing.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah. Or it's like chain lightning, where you cast it on one thing and it just keeps going.
So how do you apply this to your story?
Shit.
Because I'm getting this in the recording, and if I have to force you to make a plot with it, I will.
Mm.
I owe Ashley too much.
God damn it. You two shouldn't have this much power. So, the transitive property of evil magic in this story. Well, that implies that this story is now a fantasy novel where evil magic exists.
Already improved.
Yep. That's
right.
true.
Yep.
The fact that
There
none
you
of
go.
us did that already is shocking. Therefore, this is now a blood sacrifice.
Ooh. And the gods either want a wedding or a funeral.
A celebration in their honor either way.
Yep.
Either way, it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
We're either giving it to the fertility god or to the war god. Sometimes there's the same guy.
Yeah.
What if they are the same guy in this universe?
Ooh.
I mean, in the Catholic dogma, marriage is a sacrament, which is a thing for God. So it's not that wide a stretch. That's totally a phrase.
Depends on what you're writing. Look, I haven't gone blue in like many episodes. I'm allowed.
Oh my god. So, now this is a thing for, the gods. And so, the princess, this is a whole sacrifice ceremony for the gods. It's someone else's doing. It's a deep tradition, or it's the barbaric king's thing, who is doing the thing. But she's cast some sort of spell on him. So whatever he does for the arena sacrifice has changed. So it powers, instead of his rule, it powers her spell.
Ooh.
Okay.
What her spell is, I'm not sure.
She's trying to protect her girlfriend, who's the girl behind the door.
Yeah!
There you go.
And maybe also power that revolution we were talking about.
Yes!
Steal
bring in Brendan's
everything.
plot.
One thing that does occur to me, Pip, is that this also pisses off the gods.
Yeah, it does.
That or entertains them.
Both?
Yeah.
Both.
Both is good.
They set the gods against each other!
Well, when you try to dig around with the gods, they're like, oh, that's cute. Well, we're gonna try to stop you, but if you manage to survive it, good on you.
The fun part of this story is getting to figure out the theology of your your universe. I mean, that's a sentence most people say, right? The
Totally.
fun part is figuring out theology.
It's like, oh no, Pip, you've just made the Iliad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that sounds like sort of what I did.
The Iliad starts with a wedding, technically.
Yeah.
Pip, I'd like to commend you for pulling that out of your ass so quickly.
I'm very good at it.
And coming up with a great story.
Yeah.
That maintains the gay.
So at work, we have this sort of personality sort of test thingy, which is finding our top 5 strengths. And one of my top 5 strengths is adaptability. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
You should take an improv class, Pippin. Join the cult. It's not a cult. It's not a cult.
It's not a cult.
Not cult. Just like a cultist would say.
All right, guys. Is that all of us?
I think so. And so you know what that means. It's time.
For a gay.
Yes, the game.
What kind of game are you thinking?
Everything changed when the baristas attacked.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh no, that's awesome!
The alternate universe game. We're going to take this story and set it in an AU.
Oh.
So, Pip, how about you start us off because you suggested it?
Yep.
And I mean...
Well, here's the thing. I've spent the entire time going, I wonder if I can make this a coffee shop.
Do it.
Do it!
Okay, go ahead.
Here's the thing. I've been thinking that the whole time. I'm not sure how to do it. I just know that if I read something, I secretly want a coffee shop AU. I fucking love coffee shop AUs.
Well, clearly the king is like the asshole owner of the coffee shop, right?
Yeah.
Who does like stupid poetry nights?
Oof.
All right, Lady and the Tiger are the mystery brews.
Ooh.
Ew.
I want him to run like a stupid poetry night.
Yeah. It's where she meets the dude. She helps with the business. She runs the register. And he's a poet. Her dad doesn't like that because you poets.
Is he unemployed?
Oh, totally. He's a poet.
Wow.
Really meanly.
Sorry, any poets who listened.
The trouble with poet is how do you know it's deceased?
What?
It's a Sondheim reference.
Okay. I'll accept that.
So maybe this is also a coffee shop that sells pies made out of people.
There you go. Always good.
Yeah, right? Yeah, maybe it's Mystery Brew, the Lady or the Tiger, and one of them is poisoned.
See, he's gonna get his shops fucking shut down. That's against regulations.
How about the more lighter definition of poison? One of the brews is kind of like a diuretic. It's like the cleansing diet kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say extremely nasty tasting, but okay.
Okay, wait, what if one of them has like apple cider vinegar in it? Do you guys know that story from Twitter?
Oh yeah.
With the worst party guest ever?
Yep.
No.
Hipster parties.
This is one of my favorite stories from Twitter of the worst possible party guest who, it was a drink tasting party or whatever.
It was a mimosa bar.
A mimosa bar, thank you. And some dude showed up and literally added apple cider vinegar to every single ingredient.
Every single bottle of juice. Yep.
Every single one. He didn't just put and by the way, if you want to add apple cider vinegar to your stuff, he didn't just do that. No, he just added it to everything and felt proud about it afterward.
It's super healthy. You wouldn't understand.
I mean,
smug.
Yeah.
I mean, I like vinegar, right? But also, don't do that to a mimosa.
It didn't deserve that.
This wasn't stuff he brought. He added it to other people's stuff.
That's just fucking rude.
Yeah. And the person telling the story was the one who had all of her shit adulterated. And had to deal with this asshole. So I think that would be a fun thing to do in this, is that one of these coffees has had apple cider vinegar added to it.
Oh man, because it would be a kind of hipster coffee bar too.
Well, yeah, because the semi-barbarous king has been influenced by other kingdoms. So yeah, it's been influenced by hipsters.
Yep.
Oof. Oh god, I just had the tiger latte. Oh. It was half off, but still. Ooh.
Okay, so barista. Cool.
All right.
Yeah, that's all I got.
That's fair. All right. I think I have one. Pip, you mentioned Sondheim. We're gonna have it be a musical. Broadway style.
Nice.
And the only reason why I say this is because wedding scenes for the climax of a musical are I think classic, right?
Depending on the kind of musical, yeah.
This is going to be a funny comedy type musical. It's going to be great. And then you could have other trials happening, and you can have blood in the form of streamers being thrown out from the person as they get attacked by a giant paper mache tiger. It's going to be great.
Oh my god.
So
and then they're singing while they're being mauled about being mauled. It's going to be fantastic.
I am being mauled by a tiger.
He's being mauled. He's being mauled. He's being mauled.
Mauled.
So the show that I saw last night was the local production of Musical of Musicals, the musical.
Nice.
Which was 5 scenes of the same general plot, someone can't pay their rent, in the style of 5 different composers.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, no, it was a good time. Because I've got different composers on my mind, I'm thinking to myself, is this more a Sondheim thing? Or are we going Rodgers and Hammerstein?
Oof. I think we'll write out all the stuff first, and then we'll just see where the music takes us.
Is it the music of the night?
It's just cats.
Oh, no.
Lin-Manuel Miranda does Lady in the Tiger.
You
That'd
know,
be a good show.
you said that just now, and all the tickets just got sold out, so...
We're rich!
Huzzah! BT Dubs, if we really want to do Lady and the Tiger musical, give us a call. We'll work it out. It'll be great.
Because we own the rights to the story, right?
Yeah!
Totally.
So, okay. Musical. Love it.
Yep.
Cool. All for it.
Okay. Can I go?
Go for
Go
it.
ahead.
I want to make this a Star Trek AU.
Damn it.
Oh, no.
I want this to be set in the future. I want it to be a stupid allegory, because the story is already an allegory. I want them to show up on a planet where it turns out that this is the, this is what the king does, and then somebody accidentally breaks a law that they didn't mean to, and now they themselves are stuck in a Lady or the Tiger situation.
It's Scotty. It's always Scotty.
No. Did Kirk sleep with the princess?
Of course it's Kirk.
Nah. Well, no, because I'm imagining Kirk is standing up there with the king, imploring him with
Could it be Spock?
compassion and logic.
It's Spock. Because Spock has to make a logical decision. But that flies in the face of the whole idea behind this, which is that chance is the only determiner of justice. But Spock is like, no, it could be also logic. But also, then we could have all the rest of the crew, like, behind the scenes, and they're busily trying to, like, rig the system so that even if he chooses the Tiger door, the Tiger doesn't fucking kill him.
What happened to the Tiger? Transport.
Exactly.
Well, it's a Star Trek episode.
Yeah, and then the lady's like, but I'm supposed to do this. And they're like, but you could work beyond. And she's like, oh, okay.
All of this while trying not to violate the Prime Directive.
Yes, and meanwhile, Kirk is talking to the king, distracting everybody, while, like, Spock is being like, but I really need to do this, and I think I can beat this. And he's like, shut up, Spock.
I'm just picturing that Kirk is also working his magic, inadvertently better the society. It's like,
Oh, God.
this is such a barbaric practice, much like 1800s Earth, you know. There's something wildly inaccurate, or maybe talking about the nuclear panic or something like that.
1990s Earth.
1990s Earth.
This is just like that time that we had the eugenics war. Remember that, guys? Do you remember the eugenics war?
Oh, yeah.
It was in the early 2000s. Remember that?
It was such a barbaric time. We put people against tigers. It was bizarre.
Yeah, but I like the idea of an ensemble cast all trying to do different things to make sure that Spock doesn't fucking snuff it, while at the same time not completely destroying the society and breaking Starfleet's rules.
I mean, this sounds so Star Trek, I'm shocked it's not an episode already.
Yeah, it really does.
To the memory wiki.
Like, not DS9. DS9 maybe in the early seasons, but not later. I think that this is very much either Voyager recreating TOS-style episodes, or Next Gen just being a pain in the ass and doing Next Gen stuff.
Well, see, I can see it. It's a totally just plain old TOS.
Oh yeah, no, TOS, definitely.
Yeah.
I know exactly which Voyager character is the one in the Coliseum.
Harry Kim.
Chakotay.
Paris.
Oh, I like how we're all different people. I think it has to be Harry Kim, because Harry Kim got it on with, like, all sorts of inappropriate people. In his case, he definitely made it with the princess.
Good for you, Harry.
But Paris is a kind of idiot to get himself caught trying to sleep with the princess.
And see, I'm just thinking of Chakotay's nobility of having to face the choice, but yeah, whatever.
Oh, yeah. Okay, wait. Let's just be honest. I think really the real answer here is 7 of 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
I'm just kind of confused as to why it was a problem in the first place.
Yep.
I've opened the tiger door.
I have defeated the tiger. Like, done.
She could. Oh, 7.
Yeah, like, I'm like, I like how everyone's trying to, like, slow her down from making a random choice. And she's like, why? I can defeat either of these. I can defeat the tiger. I can defeat the woman. They're like, you're not supposed to defeat the woman.
Oh god, she defeated the woman.
I'll kick her ass. I'll kick my own ass.
Meanwhile, everyone else is like, no, we're going to do a crew thing where we're going to save you. She's like, this is really unnecessary.
That seems inefficient.
I've already deposed the king.
Wait, no!
You will be assimilated. Oh my god, that's great. Sorry, I'm like happy with my own solution, so. Alright, that's me. Star Trek it.
Alright.
Alright, so Al.
Mafia.
Ooh.
Yep. 19 whatever. There's Mafia.
Oh, that bygone time of 19 whatever.
I don't really care.
Fair enough. Why do I?
Our grandma, our literal actual grandma, on mom's side, was shot at by a mafia dude.
What?
How do I not know that?
Why did Grandma have so many adventures?
It was one of the guys who was really famous for having a Thompson submachine gun. I believe that was part of his name somehow. And yeah, she was part of a crowd that he totally shot in.
So the young lover is, just a low level mob punk, Jimmy Two Legs or something.
Jimmy Two Legs.
That's a great name.
That's amazing.
Well, he can't be called Jimmy One Leg.
You can call him Jimmy Tripod.
No, he can't be called Jimmy Tripod. All the ladies know why.
He's too well known among the ladies. No, Jimmy Two Legs sleeps with the boss's daughter.
Always a bad idea.
Jimmy.
Jimmy, I'm not unfair. I will give you a choice.
Oh god.
A choice.
A choice.
A choice. In front of you are two doors. Behind one is a very fine doll.
Behind the other is Brucey the tiger.
Yeah.
And behind the other is a tiger.
Wait, what? How did you get a tiger, boss?
Are you questioning me, Jimmy Two Legs?
Didn't you wonder what the zoo heist was?
Or alternatively, I am being metaphorical.
Yeah.
It's actually Frank the Tiger Scolari. And he has a Tommy gun with your name on it.
Does that make the Tommy gun mine? No, it's another metaphor.
Jimmy, God.
Jimmy, you're bad with the metaphors.
Good God, how have you not been shot yet?
Turns to the daughter, you slept with this schmuck. I thought I taught you better than this.
I love Jimmy.
He makes me laugh.
Oh, whoa, Pip, that's an accent.
Listen, a lot of stuff happened just there. I was trying to make it different than the mob bosses.
Okay.
So Jimmy, choose a door. And whatever you choose, it'll be done. Don't matter how, but it will be done. Jimmy looks at the boss's daughter. She gives a pointed look to one of the doors. And then Jimmy, does the thing. Then we do a whole entire noir or, describing the lady's, decision.
Yeah.
I can't do immediate noir.
She had danger in her eyes and murder on her lips.
There we go. But yeah, make a mob thing. With
Jimmy Two Legs. Still the greatest thing to come out of this episode.
I just want to hear more about the adventures of Jimmy Two Legs.
Jimmy Two Legs is great.
And remember, this is a cultured mob boss. He's cultured.
He's gone to the theater.
He's read a book or two.
Exactly two.
So yeah, that's what I got.
Nice.
Cool.
The saga of Jimmy Two Legs.
One of the things I was thinking was that it would be great to mix your Jimmy Two Legs story with my murder mystery one.
Ooh.
Because then you could get, it could just seamlessly go into that. Turns out the lady on the other side is dead. Who killed her? Was it Frankie? Was it, whatever?
Was it the boss's daughter?
Was it the dame? Ooh.
Ooh.
We went through that whole thing without referring to anybody as a dame.
And look, I fixed that for you.
You did.
Well, I called the lady a doll.
I do like
True.
doll, though.
True.
So yeah, do we have anything else about the lady or the tiger?
The lady and the tiger. Woo! I don't think we can say that enough.
Well, they open the door is empty. They open the other door, the lady's riding the fucking tiger. Tiger eats the dude. Lady's like, I didn't need this shit. Goes off into the wilderness.
Yeah.
Because she's a witch. The end.
There we go.
And that moment, best story treatment.
To any high schoolers out there that had to read Lady or the Tiger, have it come up, it really is extremely short. Don't fret about it. Mm-hmm. And really, it's pretty straightforward with the conclusions you can draw about it.
Yeah.
It's either a lady or a tiger.
Yeah, it was just...
The end.
And regardless, I think that the princess is an asshole, along with her dad.
Yeah.
Sure, the system is corrupt. Let's have a violent revolution.
Huzzah.
All right, so that's our episode. As always, if you have a story to submit, head on over to nostoryissacred.com/submission. Follow us on Twitter at nostoryiссacred or send an email through contact@nostoryiссacred.com. Your hosts have been Alex McDonald, Brendan McDonald, Pippin McDonald, and Catherine Crichton. Editing for this episode done by Brendan. Transcript done by Ashley DaCosta. Art by Jay Wolf. Show notes and transcript are available at nostoryiссacred.com. Thanks for listening, everyone, and please rate, review, and subscribe to No Story is Sacred. You can also visit our Patreon page to support the show and get neat rewards at patreon.com/nostoryiссacred. See you next time when we talk about the 2009 film Moon. Until then, we're No Story is Sacred, and any story can be changed. I'm Kat.
I'm Brendan.
I'm Pippin.
And I'm Alex.
And we're...
No Story is Sacred.